Greetings, Internet. Welcome to Aaron Plays. I hope you're doing well. In this episode, I'm going to be looking at Second Front, and it's going to be my first look at a computer game. Now, this game created quite a bit of buzz on Steam, and a lot of people were watching videos of it and such forth, saying that it was basically ASL on the computer. I've heard a lot of these sort of sayings, even back in the 90s when you had games like Steel Panthers. This is ASL on the computer. And none of them really matched up to ASL or even Squad Leader. However, when I heard the buzzness, I thought, okay, let's get it. Learned the tutorial scenarios, done a couple of the other scenarios, and it's not ASL on the computer. It's as near as they've got so far that I've seen. I mean, I haven't played every computer game on the planet, but this one comes fairly close. I did have the feel of playing ASL. The computer, the AI, isn't too bad. It's done a few things that have surprised me. It plays reasonably well on the defense and on the attack. So I've only so far played difficulty level 1 and 2 scenarios. There's level 3 and 4, so I haven't got that far yet, because it releases scenarios to you as you win them. And first little bug, so you can class this little review, is you can only play against the AI at the moment. There's no player v player. Hopefully that will come out in an update or a patch. Then the other one is each scenario, you can only play it from one side. So if you're playing a scenario from the Germans, you can't play it as the Allies. So each scenario is written for playing it from one side. So same. I've played there. So far presented in the system are the Germans, the Russians, and the Americans. I believe the Brits are on the way. Other little things that are missing, there's no off-board artillery yet. Again, apparently it's going to be an update or a patch. And there's no air support. What else, as they said? Oh, yeah, that's about it. But off-board artillery is obviously quite an important thing that's missing. So, but they will come out at some point. So you've got your infantry, you've got your armor and vehicles and such forth. So they're all there. So I'm going to run a scenario and see how far we get. So with that thought, let me pause and then go down to the screen. So this is the start screen. Okay, so we've got various options here. So I can continue from where I left off, continue to save game. The workshop lets me look at various bits of armor and all the various stats. Play my scenarios. If I start designing my own scenario, it allows me to play it and test it. And then you've got various other things here about editing the scenarios. There's a Gary workshop does. I can't remember now. What does the workshop does? Actually, let's click it. Oh, that shows online scenarios that other people have put up. So these are scenarios that the fan base have uploaded. So, okay. And there are a lot of them, and they've got rankings and such forth. So that's not a scenario that the designers have made. That again, it's scenarios that scenarios that have been taken from ASL scenarios. Guards counterattack, fat lip. I mean, these are all S26. So yeah, they're all scenarios I sort of recognize from my ASL days. So that's the workshop. So it's the garage that brings up the different vehicles that you can look at. So I can determine which force I want to. So if we want to look at German Panzer II, we get a nice little picky of it. I think we can even rotate it if we want to. Little crewman there. And then it comes up with all its stats. Okay, its movement, the gun it's got, the armor on its hull, hull front, hull side, hull rear. Chance to reload, or rate of fire, as we would know in ASL terms. You've got smoke dispensers on it and such forth. So if you want a detailed look, if we then say, all right, okay, let's have a look at, and there's a different Panzer 2. So let's have a look at some, there we go, some Stugs. And I can't remember how you rotate them. Do you turn the, oh, that's a turret going up and down. So is that, there is a way to rotate them. I can't remember what it is. Can I zoom in? No. Anyway, you get the gist. So if I want to look at a Russian vehicle, got the Russian tab, and we can look at Russian armor. There you go, have a T-70. So again, and I can even then, with both up, I can compare if I really wanted to. So escape from there. Should we bring you back to the main menu? And of course, it then decides to pause. Okay, come on. Downside of computer games? Yeah, there we go. Graphically shown, I am now waffling on a pause there. Options. I mean, I can have the music. I've taken the music off, but I'm going to keep the major sounds, like, you know, you'll be able to hear tanks drive and shots played. So let's click the play button. Okay, so these are the scenarios I've played as the German so far. You can see they've got difficulties ratings from 1 star, 2 star, and I'm going to try this. Kiev is doomed, difficulty 2 star. Okay, not played this before, so should be interesting. It gives me a breakdown of the forces, scenario, and this is the fatigue level and ammunition available. So it looks like I'm quite fatigued because I'm all red. That will have effect on things like morale checks and such forth. This is telling me what is entering on turn 1, if you see in yellow. So there's quite a few half tracks. Panzer 2. This is early war, yeah, September 41. Another half track with a mortar, armored car. Again, another downside to this as opposed to a normal ASL, it does pre-set up even the attacking forces. So, you know, I think this one, it says on turn 1, that means they're entering on the board. They're initially set up. That's arriving on turn 4. Turn 1, I'm getting 1 infantry of each type there. Turn 2, I'm getting 6 infantry, 9 infantry there. And then the Russians, yeah, these are at start forces. So these will be on the map. Anti-tank guns and guns will be hidden. You get some turn 1 reinforcements, turn 2. And 3 snipers. Whoa, different leaders. 4 green squads there. And a crew. And then turn 1 reinforcements, so they'll enter the map. Turn 5. And we've got various different lots here. Where the numbers are inside, that's how many they're getting. 9 squads there, 3 squads there, 6. So there's quite a few Russians coming on as reinforcements as well. So, okay, let us begin. Let's press that play button. All right, so it's telling me Kiev is doomed. In September of 1941, the Germans had a chance to encircle 500,000 Red Army troops in Kiev. The German High Command relished the opportunity to take so many Russian prisoners, while in the field, German generals favoured gathering their strength for a renewed drive on Moscow. So basically saying the little conflict they had between Hitler and his cronies up in the High Command and the generals in the field who wanted to push on to Moscow. So we know what happened there. Peace of Kiev, Guitar, September the 16th, 1941. Right. So it's telling me I'm getting reinforcements. Okay, so continue up there. Right, let's zoom in. I'm only getting Russian reinforcements coming in down this road here. Okay. Oh, we're getting German reinforcements coming. All right, so we're encircling the town. Right, so we've got reinforcements coming in here. Turn by zoom in on that. Scroll around the map quite easily. I can also change the angle. Okay, so this is telling me I've got a armored car entering along that road there. Okay, and if I look at the other side of the map, I've got some stuff entering over here as well. Now, we don't, anti-tank guns can be set up hidden, just the same as an ASL. So I don't know where they are, and obviously we've got concealed units here. So if we zoom in on that, see the green bar underneath it, that's telling me they haven't fired yet, they haven't committed themselves. There's more to here that I can sort of see, and if I really zoom in, I can see that there are Russians soldiers there. You can get really close. There's a mortar. Now, these guys, all right, I mean, they are a little bit cartoony, aren't they? But I don't really normally play at this close. Oh, there isn't any tank gun there. Some armor floating around. But it doesn't tell me. Oh, okay, I can see that's an AA gun. We notice in the top corner there, it's just telling me it's concealed. Zoom back out there. So you've got the different terrains on the map. Okay, you've got woods, road, clear. That's down a lower level. Why is that? Heck, that's the valley and clear. Lower brush, grain. So you got the, and you can zoom right out and play the game and in sort of, as if you were on an ASL map board. So I've got reinforcements going 1, 2, and 4 there. Okay. So what do I need to do to win? That's a good question, isn't it? This is the victory conditions. So capture the victory locations before any of them get to 0 points. VP locations lose 10 points a turn. You do not control them. Computer will try to recapture VP locations until your infantry force is at least 1 times as strong as the computer's. So it's telling me that it'll keep going until I have more stuff than it does, if I manage to take those. So each location loses 10 VP per turn. So we can see there's 2 locations, but it mentions that there. And Autumn 2, 0.1 infantry force, because I've got no one forward there. So if they're going to lose 10 points a turn, that's, I've got basically 20 turns. If I don't take up both of those by the end of 20 turns, I will lose the scenario automatically. The amount of VP I get for winning the scenario is irrelevant as long as I take both those locations. But what it does mean is if I say take those locations on with say 5 turns remaining, so it's 100 VP plus whatever losses accumulated, it puts me in a ranking system. Effectively, it's not important as long as I take those locations. I will still win the game. So I've got quite a lot to do in the time given. Right. So why are these locations lighter and those darker? That is shown line of sight from my forces. So at the present moment, my forces can see all those lighted hexes, the light to the dark. If I click on a specific unit, its line of sight is then shown. So again, if we just look at the northern map, part of the map now, I can't see any of that because that unit can't see that area of the map, whereas it can see here. Also, what's highlighted in that line are where it can move to. So that's its maximum movement potential at the present. Okay. Again, if we click off a particular unit, all the hexes that I can see should be highlighted again. So I'm coming in from both sides. Interesting. Okay. Thanks. Okay, so I'm going to start with the armored car, trying to do a little bit of scouting around. Okay, so let's zoom in on this little chap. Really close. You can see the terrain ahead of him. Nothing burning over on this side. So if I click on him, so at the bottom corner there, it tells me a bit about the actual guy himself. He's got 17 movement points. He has got smoke, that little number of 42%. It tells me off the type it is, PSW221. He's also got a turret mounted machine gun with not a lot of firepower. The 17% in the circle is his rate of fire. So again, let's say the line around the map is a maximum extended movement. This is now showing where I could move to this arrow across there. So I've got 3 options at the present moment on that counter. I can move with the white arrow. It's showing if I move him 1 hex and then stop. And then carry on moving, or to carry on. And this is a big difference between this and ASL, is that you can activate a unit, move it a little bit, stop, move another unit. You can also move and fire. There's no prep fire phase. You move and fire. If you move and fire, you're less accurate, but you can move and fire. So with vehicles, though with anything, once you fire it, that's its movement finished. I can move this vehicle, then go across the other side, move a vehicle, and I've still got movement left. So let's see. Now, we know there's anti-tank guns on our initial look over. So it could mean there's 1 or 2 hidden. So just about a little bit. Should we be more cautious? But well, we've got crane in the way. Let's get as far as here. Right place. Right. So there's a little smoke coming out of his engine. That still means he's still got. Oh, there's another one. Okay, this is I had a couple. So let's move him now. We'll move him there. Keep it in. That's a PSW222. That's got 20 mil gun on it. This one had the turret mounted machine gun. This one's got, yeah. So now if I went back to this one, see, I can still move it. So I'm actually going to move him a little bit into the grey. Okay. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Field itself so far. Okay. Right, let's bring on the next armored car. Move it. Another PSW 222. Okay, going back to this guy. Move it. He's only got 3 movement points left. No, I'm going to actually stop. So I probably had clicking. Okay, again. Look at this one. Got to be careful. Right, so we're moving 1 hex. Then we'll stop. Move this guy 1 hex and then stop. Yeah, okay. I wish they'd show. I noticed it showed the armor card. It doesn't show how many other units I've got coming on this exile. Again, as I think I might have mentioned in my prelim, I don't like the fact that it tells me what comes on where. Or if I start a scenario, it tells me that these guys start in this hex. I don't seem to have a variable setup. But hey, I play. So just tell me I've got stuff on the road coming there. So let's move another hex forward. Go there. Stop. Okay. Now the smoke goes. And then I've got a Stug by the looks of it. Okay. Now again, he's got. I mean, he's got smoke by the looks of it. He's got a 27% chance of retaining smoke. I don't think it's worth firing smoke at the present moment. That's the last unit I've got coming in. Hex. Could move a little bit further. Let's have a look. Do that a bit. Right, do I want to take that? Also, if you play this scenario a couple of times, the setup and defending force Russians this will be different each time. Vehicles also can't move through vehicles. You notice where he could move, because he's still got 4 movement points. I can't move through the hex where a vehicle is. I think we will try and go. Also, it doesn't show me the limit of where the Soviets could be set up. I mean, there could be anti-tank guns down in this brush here that I can't see. I just don't know. He didn't say set up is within 5 of this hex or that hex and so on. So, and I suppose in reality, they wouldn't know that anyway. So I'm sort of playing it by ear. And I suppose that's what would actually happen. I can change the direction of the map. And I'm going to highlight here. Should imagine there wasn't a lot of turn 1 units that come on. There must be a fair amount of units in here. Okay, so it's got me the half track. He doesn't look like he's got smoke on him. I want to go charging. Like, I think I want to get into the grain as soon as possible here. Give me a little bit of cover. Looks like he's carrying anybody. I don't have option to unload anything. So what the thing with the arrow down is I can go hold down if I wanted to. Which then probably I won't be able to fire. Do that just yet. Okay, so I've got targets and options here. Not great ones, because obviously I've moved and the enemy's concealed, but it does tell me I can shoot there. So let's do it. And it came up at the top there, it said missed, which you would expect. Okay. Another cross track here. Move that to there. Now that's got a 37mm gun. So zoom out a bit, closer. So now I'm showing that target. I've got different types. My chance of hitting is 2%. 2% is 2%. malfunction my gun. The 2% is 2%, but you break your gun. What an idiot. All right. Focus. Could I fire again? No. Got the AM machine gun. Why can't I fire the AM? Right over there. Okay. That's the way it's pointing, so let's do that. Now, what could go wrong? As it's saying, my chance of hitting after moving are very, very slim. Let's move another half track up. This one, just got an AA machine gun, and it looks like it's carrying some infantry. Okay, so if I don't move too far, you can see now in the actual display there, I've got white movement, red movement, and I've got one with a green, which is on dismount. I'll go there, I can't dismount. I can't dismount there, but not there. Too far. Go there, and then dismount. And out they get. Okay, what's the next one? Panzer 2. That's not got much armor. Gotta be careful. Again, there could be an anti-tank gun down here that I have no idea about. I just do not know the limits of where it is deployed. Staying in the grain, at least if there's anything on the same level, I will get protection. Shall we fire again? We have malfunction one gun. Can't malfunction two, surely. Fire HE on infantry. Yes. I got the A. Right. Yeah. Hitting concealed units after moving. Yeah. Now, does this use 2d6? It doesn't tell you what. I believe it's though. It's dice are using 2d6. Are they fair? That is a completely different question. Sometimes, like any of all these computer games, do they roll the dice fair, or do they cheat like buggery? Don't know the answer. This has got a mortar on it. Can it fire its mortar from its back? It's got smoke. 2% chance. Presume this will be area fire. And reload. Oh, a critical hit. Ooh, nice. Do that again. We're not going to fire smoke. Out. 41% chance of being out of smoke. We're not going to fire smoke. Fire again. Yeah, don't give me smoke option. Yeah, I don't want to fire smoke yet. Okay, so we've had a critical hit. Another armored car, so still one more hit. Still no anti-tank gun coming out. Now, notice the sigil's changed again. I can change the turret cover up, which I'm going to do, and then fire there. This is armed with a 20mm gun. Nice sound effect. No effect. Okay, and we've got an infantry squad. Okay, so I'm going to move them into the grain, and we know there are snipers around. So I think I'll do a low call on him. Done. Right, so that was my moving fire phase. I don't think I've got anyone else. So I can zoom right out. Again, looking at my guys with the colours of bars underneath. Yellow means I've done something, but I've still got potential to do something more. Red means that they're completely finished. So I could go back to this guy. What else has he got? He could fire that smoke, wasn't it? Yeah, buildings that have multiple levels. Yeah, I could fire smoke, but I don't want to. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next phase. So it's now the defensive fire phase. And it shows what it's doing. Okay. All right, so it's not shooting. So what I've lost a vehicle, and it didn't actually make any sounds and such. It was a hidden unit. Escape phase. It's not an about phase, and then it's the advanced phase. Again, you have no control on where the units route, which you shouldn't really do. All right, so advanced phase. So I've got, and I'm going to specify if the infantry is moving advanced, and it shows me in advance, and then the wire. These guys. I think that's about it. I don't actually have any other. So what did I lose? What got knocked out? So we've got some victory points there. Not on this side of the board. Let's go and have a look at the other side. Yeah, it's a wreck. One of my armored cars. Oh, I didn't get to see because it did it all quietly. Just taking out a hidden anti-tank I can see then. I'm not sure where it was. So in ASL terms, that would be rolling a 5 or a 6. No, one or what's the retain? I can't remember. It's a long time since I played ASL. One of them that you retain concealment. It looks like it did. It looks like a multi-racer shot as well. So, okay, so I don't have any. In the advanced phase, I could change buttoned up status on some vehicles, but I don't really do that. So, melee phase, there's no melees. Recovery, melee phase. Gun repaired. Woohoo! Bonus. Again, rally is not something that you control. Who does it? You've got leaders there, they effective in the same rules as ASL, but it does all the dialogue. It's now having a little ponder what it's going to do, and it's moving fire. So let's just zoom out. All right, so we've got some reinforcements coming in. So shooting at me. Something else has been knocked out. And one of my squads has been broken. Yeah, see, this is one of the problems again with the computer game. It does. I mean, okay, I got a critical hit. Shouldn't really complain. It just seems to, keeps hitting and such. Infantry moving over there. Lots of infantry moving. They lens, don't they? And while it's doing so, I can't zoom in. I move around. I've got no control. My observations. So you can, it says, as you can see, it's interspersing its movement and it's firing. So fire phase. So over to meet the fire. Notice how my units are highlighted blue, the ones that can fire. Right, so we have an armored car here. Now, okay, let's zoom in a little bit. There's a double. That means my unit's broken. So this unit's broken. That shows me in the top corners. I flash over it. But yeah. So what broke it? Not sure, but probably at the ranges that are shown on here, a sniper, and probably from the upper floor. Right. But I can click this unit. And what we're going to target. So what can we see? Two guys on the top floor there. Let's try and take him out. Perfect. 37 mil. I notice the units I can see are highlighted, so we can fire. Now, I've got a 2% of hitting. If I do hit it, I will destroy 82% chance to destroy. My chance to hit is shown there by what's affecting it. You can see there's 4 grain symbols. So also it's telling me the target size is small. So my chance of actually hitting the target is 2%. Then I've got 50% reload, so that's my rate of fire. 50% on 2 or 3. But chance to hit 2% because of all the brain. But let's do it. I'm reloading. Now, has that improved? Now my chance has gone up to 7% because I've got aiming on it. So let's fire again. Still missed. Did I get rate of fire this time? No. Show me that I have got fire. Okay. He's done. Got a mortar in that vehicle. You can see that building's got a bit of damage on it. Fire mortar. He's a good lad. Get in there a couple of times. We've cleared that building. Okay. So I've got a target over here. AA machine gun. This tells me down the bottom here also that I've missed. It does come above the unit. Well, but okay, so what's this guy got? He's got a 20 mil gun. He ain't got any targets. He's got the top floor there, so take the turret and fire. I reloaded, so I've got rate of fire. My target. So back up a little bit. Not much chance, but again the option hasn't come up for reload. Time out the machine gun. So again, it's showing me that on there's 2 buildings, so it's the buildings effect and aiming, and I've got a 5% chance to concealed and yeah, not fun. Lack of other targets. Got that machine gun. Right, that's all those guys done. Let's go and have a look at the other chaps on the other side of the village. Turn the angle around. Okay, so the Stug. Okay, looks like we have seen the anti-tank gun that took out this. What can we do about that? End target there with 20 mil. looking to see it. 4% chance because there's 5 grains away. But hey, let's do it. Now we remain rotate 5, so we'll again. Yeah, gun reloaded. Chance to hit not really massive. Too much grade in the way. Another turret. Pass an HE. And fire again. Right, so this has got a 37, so I could fire area fire. Fire HE, I know, area fire. I could fire normal. Chance to hit, again, look at talk brain, the vehicle wrecking the way. So let's do an area fire. And notice I don't get rate of fire. I don't know what that sounds like. You do get all the shit. Still no okay. Right. Oh, shooting through all that grain is not doing me much favours, so we're going to change now. We're going to fire HE on that building. And that's all the machines. Okay. Now, again, firing, I've got 58% chance of hitting if I use area unaimed, and there might be effect. Where I've got, if I use, that's only 16% chance to hit. If it does hit, you could say there's a bigger chance of causing casualties. Let's go for that. To miss, and I didn't retain rate of fire. I think that's all my dudes. My guy's running away, go for the nearest woods. Enemy's routed. The advance phase, so the Russians will do their advance. I don't really get to see it all too much. Occupying different levels of the building. So I would say at the present moment, at the end of turn 1, the Russians are doing well. They're taking out 2 of my vehicles for nothing. The nose came up with game saving. Say auto save at the end of each turn. Can't save, which I like. You know, keep doing. And then begins my turn 2. But I'm going to pause at that point. So let me stop sharing the screen and bring you back to me, hopefully. So that's just the first turn of 20 turns. I'm going to do one video for, there was a long intro for this, and it might be a long outro. I don't know, depends how what more I've got to say. So we've done one turn. I will do the next 2 turns together, probably as a video, and take it from there. Yeah, I took out a few of their things with critical hits. I did forget. You're always forgetting about your good stuff, don't you? And always think about the bad stuff. So yes, I've lost a couple of vehicles, but I took out the couple of critical hits from the mortar. So yeah, couldn't complain. Is it ASL? No, definitely not. But as I said earlier at the beginning, it's as close as damn it that I've seen. I enjoy what I've played of it so far. It does give me an interesting fight. It never feels too easy. I have lost a couple of scenarios, then had to redo them and then win them again. I tried a different approach. So I say this is the first time I tried this one, and it's looking tricky, especially those anti-tank guns. But that's why we play these games, isn't it? Anyway, so if you enjoyed that, let me know. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so. So this is the first time I've done a computer game, so I don't know if you guys or any of you guys are interested. So let me know in the comments section. Hit that notification bell if you are a subscriber, and you'll get to know when I get any extra content up. And yeah, any comments you might go, oh, why are you playing a computer game? Well, why not? Give it a try. As I say, I've done card games, I've done board games, I've done war games, and so on. So I haven't done a computer game, and oh yeah, just started dabbling in Traveller as well. So role-playing games. I enjoy playing them all. The only thing I haven't really done yet is a miniatures game. But watch this space, because I've got some of those too. So yeah, again, thank you for watching, and get ready. Till next time, bye internet.